Chapter 1, Yellow. For the sun that was shining on the day you were born, and the color of the outfit you wore home from the hospital. The year is 1982. I'm 19 years old, a college sophomore, and single. My parents come to the hospital to pick me up. The social worker from the adoption agency comes to pick you up. You are going into foster care until I decide, do I trust in the love of strangers and give you up for adoption? Or do I keep you, raise you on my own, be your mother? You're just a tiny bundle of yellow in the social worker's arms. I kiss you goodbye, and then I cry. Chapter 2, Baby Boy Blue. The color of the outfit you wore in the photograph of you and me, taken by the Olin Mills photographer, paid for by my sister. I tried to keep you for 10 days. I brought you home to my parents. You slept in a white wicker bassinet beside my bed. My rosebud-covered journal sat on the bedside table, neglected. No time to write. I learned about diapers and bottles and baby baths and a mother's all-consuming love. I also learned about struggle and loneliness and the word no. No was the word I heard when I asked for help. My own mother believed that a mother's love was grounded in saying no to her daughter. If I was going to be a mother, then I was going to do it on my own. It was the shortest 10 days and the longest 10 days. Chapter 3, Gray. The color of the endless concrete highway that we traveled from my hometown back to the adoption agency. I only needed to make one phone call to the adoption agency to set things in motion. I asked if I could bring you back. The morning dawned cloudless and warm. We walked out of the house and piled into the car, my father, my mother, me, and you, my baby boy who I named Christopher. From the back seat, I stared straight ahead at the visible patch of passing gray highway framed by my parents' heads. My father drove, silent in focus, tending to traffic, his palsied hand bobbing up and down on the top of the steering wheel, manning the large Buick. My mother sat in the passenger seat, shoulders erect, staring straight ahead, hands holding an unread newspaper, longing for a cigarette. You were tucked in your baby seat next to me. That morning, I had dressed you in my favorite outfit, the blue and white striped onesie made out of the slightly silky fabric that made it special. No ordinary cotton onesie today. Your long baby legs stuck upward out of the car seat, feet snugly covered by white cotton sockies. You leaned slightly to the right in the way that 6-week-old babies do, in that posture of seeming resignation, shoulders slightly slumped. I carefully propped your head up with a flannel baby blanket, my hand lingering on your warm, round, silky head. Lulled by the steady hum of the moving car, you soon fell asleep. I wished I could fall asleep too and dream beside you, but I was all too awake, living out this nightmare. My father drove the familiar path from our hometown to the adoption agency in Belden City. 1 hour total. 26 minutes of flat farm fields. 23 minutes of monotonous gray concrete expressway, 11 minutes of shady tree-covered neighborhoods. Too quickly, we arrived. Chapter 4, Beige. The color of the office file folders that contained the story of you and me, our family. Authored by social workers. 10 weeks worth of case notes. 10 weeks from birth to adoption. On that particular day, the social worker wrote, "It is felt at this time that Anne needs to confront the reality of a permanent break in contact with Christopher." I went to court and signed papers. Yours was a closed adoption, all secrets and confidentiality. I never even met the woman you would grow up calling Mommy. Chapter 5, Black, the color of emptiness. Empty bassinet, empty arms, empty heart. 21 years of the darkness found at the bottom of a deep, dank well. Black, the color of a permanent break in contact. Chapter 6, White. The color of the envelope that was delivered to my mailbox on the Monday following Mother's Day, 2003, 21 years after you were born. I don't recognize the sender's name nor the address. I don't even know anyone who lives in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Yet, in the flash of a light, the whitest light, I know who the letter is from. Knees buckle, tears flow. With shaking hands, I manage to open the envelope and take out the letter, unfold it, and begin to read. Anne, it's funny that I can write a research paper in a number of hours, but this letter has taken me nearly 4 years. It seems that I keep putting it together in my head, but never on paper. So, here we go. In case you haven't looked and are rather confused, my name is Matt. The last time we saw each other was 1982. You named me Christopher. Anyway, this letter is just to say thanks and let you know that I'm doing fine. You're an amazing woman. I understand why you did what you did. Thank you. Epilogue, blue. The blue of your eyes, the bluest of blues, and blue for the blue of your daughter's eyes, my 1-year-old granddaughter, Eliza. When I look into them now, I see my own blue eyes, and it takes my breath away. Say, "Hi, Grandma Ann," you whisper to her, and she sings the sweetest "Hi," and reaches her tiny arms out to me, fingers splayed as babies' fingers do, offering love. The end and the beginning.